a drive-by this morning, got a logging truck behind me. In at the 2.5 Gold Mountain. You guys have a great day. Wish you good health and happiness. Good morning, everyone. Well, you guys asked for me to go over like the process of, walk you through different trees, different scenarios and stuff like that. And right behind me, we got a different scenario. 2 fir trees. They're connected down at the butt, but I'm not going to cut them down low just because, it'll be more difficult trying to cut them down low. So I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna high stump both of them, and then I'll cut them off down low just so the guys can yard up logs a lot easier without high stumps. But they're definitely limb locked. First one I'm gonna cut up is that little one and get it ready to go. And then I'm gonna go around. I will be underneath the lane on the big one for my face cut. I'll get up behind it and away from the lane. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great morning. It started off, it's a great morning. There's that kickback. Just gonna toss that in there, just for the hell of it. I'll get you guys moved out of the way. Gotta be cautious of that kickback, especially when you're high stumping like that. It'll pop back and hit you in the forehead. Call you Scarface. So for the guys who, I just want to set the record straight. I wasn't telling anybody they have to use used motor oil. I simply stated don't sleep on it, meaning, you know, don't think it's bad because it's not. You know, one gentleman, you know, it could have been a used motor oil, but he said he had a oil pump go, or something wrong with the oiler and burnt up a bar and chain, and that very well could have been. I haven't had a problem with it, and I've used it since 2018. That's 4 years. And like I said the other day, I burnt out one tip, $20 for the tip, and I'm replacing it with a greasable tip. And you know, if you're gonna run used motor oil, maybe invest in greasable tips. It'll really help. But like I said, it's saving me so much money, and I have not had a single problem with any of my saws. I run a 32-inch bar. My bars don't get super hot. I've never burnt a bar or chain out in my life, honestly. But using used motor oil, if you guys find cheap bar oil, awesome. You know, if you guys want to go and you spend the money on bar oil, good quality stuff, that's great. I'm not telling you you have to use motor oil. I'm just simply trying to help people out, and you know, if they can't afford, like me, I've burned through, just on this job alone, I think I've burned through 10 gallons. And at my local shop, it's $10 a gallon. There's $100, you know, and I've spent $20 on a tip so far. But I've ran that bar for the last year and a half. Yeah, I'll never tell anybody they have to do something. I'm just simply stating what I do, what I use, and it'll maybe help save some people some money. I mean, fuel prices, oil prices are very, very high. And it's recycling, you know, recycling oil so it don't go to the landfills. I get it by the 5-gallon bucket from my uncle for free, and you know, we have 3 trucks, my truck, my 2 trucks, Kelsey's truck. You know, it helps save the money, especially raising a family. If I had to go and buy all that bar oil, yeah, that's $5 a day running. I would have to spend $5 a day, $5 to $7 a day on bar oil, and that's more than gas. I burn 1.5 gallons a day to 2 gallons. That's, you know, $8-9. So yeah, a little less than gas, but it's expensive. that 660, I had it lean way out. That could have been dangerous. I could have really blew that saw up. Just for the record on that too, I'm not the greatest at tuning saws. I just started doing it myself, and I thank you guys for the tips. And you know, if my saw is sounding lean or something, feel free to say something. Thank you for saying that. You know, I'll get it down where my saws are tuned good and stuff like that. But check out this bark on this larch or tamarack. That's freaking 9-10 inches thick right there. That's why you got to be careful when you cut through this larch. That is pretty wicked. Well, can't really see, but it's 1'1" right there. So yeah, it's 10 inches. But again, thanks for mentioning that. You guys, if you guys see anything that I'm doing wrong or got any tips for me, I'd greatly appreciate them. You know, as long as they're respectful, and which everybody has been. I've only had one guy who was kind of a, yeah, I won't even say, not worth the time. He was a know-it-all, that's for sure. Mr. 1,000 face cord a year. And they don't make an 8-foot bed, flatbed. But we're all learning. If you're not learning, you ain't alive. Gotta love the sound of that morning wood, huh? Okay, folks. So I just had move the saw out of the way. Chain got hot, got super tight, and the reason it did that was because the holes are plugged on the bar. So pay attention to your stuff. You know, your chain gets super tight, you see it getting hot, smoking. Pull your freaking bar off and clean the holes out. Watch me lose my bar nuts. Dang bug. Just like so. Bar rails are pretty clean. I'm gonna flip my bar, put it back together. Plain and simple. Pay attention to your equipment. Don't let it get so hot you burn a chain up and burn your bar up. That's just results of lack of knowledge, or just flat out don't give a shit, in my personal opinion. Clean it all out. Make sure there's nothing plugged up here. Need to get a new wear plate. To get even wear out of your chain, you put it on backwards. At least once a day I'll flip it, put it on backwards, then I'll put it on the right way. It gets better wear. You don't have to sharpen quite as much. I'm only kidding. All you do-gooders, don't be beating me up just because I said that. If you're dumb enough to put your chain on backwards, you probably shouldn't be running a saw. Or I should say, if you're dumb enough to listen to someone say put it on backwards. I mean, I've put it on backwards and been like, oh man, early morning, still dark out, flipping my bar. Never cut with it backwards, but came close. Anyway, over and out. I'm gonna get that tightened up. Don't mind if I do. Man, this is awesome. These are huckleberries. They're just like a blueberry. Man, those are good huckleberries. I didn't even notice them on the way down. There's hardly any in here. Yeah, all these other bushes don't even have any on them. Huh. Well, that was a nice little treat. Guess that means we need to go pick some berries. Top of the yard right there. All right, day's over. I'm hiking out.